Hi, it's Tony here from Tony Meredith Coaching. Do you believe that you can do anything that you put your mind to? People are awesome. There are so many examples where individuals are able to do amazing things with their life because they believe they can do it. They have what I call an I can attitude. No one may have done that something before, or perhaps very few people have done it before, and definitely they haven't done it before, but they have this I can attitude that they're going to make that thing happen. And I call that a resourceful mind. It's not necessarily about knowing how do I do it, but it's having the drive and the determination to bring that to life, to work out that if I don't have the answers, where have I got to go to find those particular answers? Too many people have a lack of resources mindset or a scarcity mindset. They're closed to the possibility. The mere definition of scarcity means that you're putting limits on something. It means that you're closing yourself off to all the potential and the possibilities that there exists. And sadly, a lot of people in this world have a lack of resources or a scarcity mindset, and it's holding you back. And the opportunity is, how do we flip that around into a resourceful mindset as opposed to letting lack of resources, limitations be the reasons that you don't achieve the things that you want in your life? Have you ever had a dream to open a business, perhaps learn a language, lose weight, buy a property, whatever it might be? And you have this dream, and then what happens? You sit with this dream so you don't act on it, and these voices come in your head. And the voices are, you can't do that. Why should you be able to achieve that? Let someone else do that. You're too old. You don't have enough money. You haven't got the time. You haven't got the skills. This is your scarcity mindset or your lack of resources mindset kicking in. And it's kicking in to hold you back. It's kicking in to challenge you and to keep you safe. And it's a scarce mindset that means that people don't achieve the things that they set out to. They give up after a period of time because they no longer have the willpower, because they believe that they don't have the skills or the ability or the time or the money or whatever it is to achieve that something that they're chasing. They might want to lose weight, and they give up after a few weeks or a month or 2 months because they don't have that belief and that resourcefulness that I mightn't have some skills and time and experience, but how do I find it? What have I got to do to make it happen? How do I ensure that I succeed at this goal and objective that I've set for myself? And people with a scarcity mindset also convince themselves that the hard times and the difficulties that they're facing right now are permanent. They convince themselves that these challenges are here to stay. And that's not true. See, here's the thing with the scarcity mindset. It's a mindset. And that means, by definition, that it can be changed. So you may have a scarcity mindset now. You might have a lack of resources. You might believe that there's a lack of skill. You've got a lack of time. You've got a lack of money. Blah, blah, blah. But it's all a mindset. And so you got yourself into this situation. You can also get yourself out of having that kind of way of thinking. See, I used to have a terrible mindset. I used to think that I couldn't do a whole range of things. I would start stuff and stop it. I'd blame a whole range of people. I didn't have the skills, the ability, the time. It doesn't matter what it is. I started trying to lose weight. I couldn't do that. I had a scarce mindset. But do you think that I would be standing here today in front of you, communicating on this very topic, if I hadn't worked out how to move your life forward, if I hadn't flipped around my mindset to be one of resourceful, and rather than coming up with a whole lot of reasons why I can't do something, what about finding reasons to do something? How can I do something? So I want you to stick around to the end, and I'm going to share with you some tips that you can use in order to move your life forward from a resourcefulness point of view. See, resourcefulness is a mindset, and it really comes into play when there isn't a clear path on your goal or your objective. So you've set yourself a big goal and you're not quite sure how you're going to get there, but you just know in your heart that that is important to you. Resourcefulness is all about, how do I find a way to make that happen? So what some of you, or a lot of you may not know, is that I develop properties. So not only am I a coach, I also develop properties. Now, I only started my property development journey in 2015. And when I started, I was a newbie. I knew that I liked property. I knew that I wanted to try my hand at property development, but I didn't know how to do it. But what I did do is I found out, how do I do it? I went to a mentoring program. I sought individual mentors. I did whatever I could to understand and then find out what's involved in property development. I looked at Google. I researched. I asked questions. I attended networking meetings. I did everything I could to understand what was property development, what it entailed, and how I could be successful. I found people who were successful in property development. And I thought to myself, if they have been successful, they've laid down the blueprint. And all I need to do is follow their path. So in order to become resourceful, the first thing you have to do is develop a curious mindset. Don't accept what you hear as gospel. Ask questions. Find out more. Who, what, when, where, why. Investigate. Keep asking questions. Keep being curious all the time. What else can I learn? Who else do I need to speak to? How else can this happen? Next thing you need to do is work on your self-belief. One of the best ways to get whatever you want in your life is to believe that it's already happened. So I used to be a manager of people, and I would say to my team that in order to go for a particular promotion, why not act and behave as if you were already in that job? Yeah, sure, you still had to do the things in your current job, but why not act like a leader? Why not act in a way that is the job that you aspire to do? So start to act as if you've already got it. But you must believe that you can make this happen. The next thing to become resourceful is to be creative. Think about different solutions. If you come up with a solution that hits a particular roadblock, what's another solution? Think outside the box. What different ideas can you come up with? Again, who can I speak to? What ideas have worked in the past? Be very creative with the types of things that you're trying to come up with to solve the particular problem that you've got or to move your life forward. Another solution in developing resourcefulness is be proactive. There's no such thing as procrastinating to a resourceful person. Get out on the front foot. Again, make things happen. Don't sit back and wait for things to happen to you, because guess what? They're not going to happen. So get on the front foot and go after whatever it is that you're trying to go after. And the last thing that helps you become resourceful is be persistent. Never, ever give up. You might have to change some slight directions along the way, but don't give up. Don't give up on that dream or that goal that you've got for yourself. Be persistent to keep seeing this through. If you hit a roadblock, okay, look to go over it, through it, perhaps around it, but don't let that roadblock be the reason that you aren't able to achieve the goal that you've set for yourself. See, the overarching driver for resourceful people or resourcefulness is how badly you want something. So Tony Robbins talks about we don't get our goals, we get our musts. If you must achieve something, if you are hungry to achieve that goal and objective that you got for yourself, then you will get it and you will find a way to make it happen. And so if you find yourself giving up on certain things, it's because it's not that important to you. And so I'd encourage you to think about how can I make that more important in my life, so all of a sudden it becomes a must. So let's give you some tips to ensure that you can build a resourceful mind. And the first one is accept that challenges are going to happen. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Learn a language, start a business, lose some weight, start a new relationship, buy a property. It doesn't matter what it is. There are going to be challenges and obstacles, and you need to accept that. And if you accept that up front, you're going to be prepared for when they happen. And you'll be able to think, how do I get around that? Because my goal is bigger than this particular obstacle that's in the way. The other thing is you're going to need to work on this every single day. You're going to need to work on, how do I bring this something to life? Do a little bit each and every day. Be creative with your solutions. Recognize that perhaps something mightn't work, but how do I come up with something that will work? Who do I need to speak to? What have they done before? Why did it work for them? How did they do it? Remember, keep asking those questions. Become curious. Be creative. Create the belief that you can do it, that you can do anything that you put your mind to. If you want it badly enough, if it's a must, then you will make that thing happen. You will find a way to make that happen. Now, to help you out, I've got a problem-solving checklist. You'll find the details in the link. Click on the details and then we'll send that out to you. Remember, resourcefulness is a mindset. You can change your mindset. You can change the way you think. So start to work on changing your mindset to one of being resourceful. How can I make that something happen? And if you do that each and every day, then you will achieve amazing things in your life. So get out there and make things happen. Thanks for watching.